Welcome everybody back to the Budge channel here. I'm Andrew. I'm here back for I'm gonna call this like a weekly recap of the weekend. As of right now, I'm just gonna be talking about or for the next couple of weeks, I'm just gonna be talking about NFL playoffs on the weekend. It'll change as time goes on. But last weekend, or not last weekend, two Saturday and Sunday, we had the divisional round of the playoffs. We our picks video didn't come out Friday, but we couldn't get together and make that video, so we all just put our picks in our DM, and then I think we're gonna recap that on it'll be next Friday, so it'll be for the conference championship, or yeah, that's what it's called, conference, or yeah, conference AFC, or yeah, you know what I mean. But we're just talk about these games here real fast. All these games had a narrative. I didn't get a chance to talk about it going into on Friday, but all these games had a narrative. First game here, we had the Packers versus Rams. We had California quarterbacks going up against each other. Aaron Rodgers, University of California. Um, uh, Jared Goff, University of California. These were quarterbacks who went to the same college, and they're really reconnecting here. Also, we had Matt LaFleur, Matt LaFleur going up against his old team in the Rams. Or yeah, it would have been his old team because I think he was pass game coordinator back there when the year they went to the Super Bowl, and then he on to become OC in Tennessee, and then he went on to become the Packers head coach. So it was kind of like a revenge game for. It was kind of like all these games, like I said, they had a connection in some way, shape, or form. So this game was really dominated by the run. Aaron Rodgers had obviously still a good game, even though it was being dominated by the run. Um, yeah, you had Aaron Jones. He had 99 yards. Jamal Williams. I don't know why this is jumping around on me, but Jamal Williams, 65 yards, and then even AJ Dillon, who I believe is going to take over for the Packers next year. He had 27 yards, and Aaron Rodgers even had a touchdown in there. Rams could just not get things going. They just couldn't get an offensive drive going, and that really struggled for them. Aaron Rodgers played amazing. I think it's kind of cut and dry that he's going to be the MVP of this season. So yeah, I mean, Packers defense played really good. They had a lot of good stops, and I depending on when we get to the Chiefs game, I'll talk about it. But Packers are my favorite for the Super Bowl right now. I think and I mean a lot of people would be like, "Oh, you're a Lions fan. Why would you?" I mean, I don't want necessarily to have to go up against Super Bowl champs two times in a row next year, but you know what? It's representing the NFC North. So, second game on Saturday, we had um the Bills versus the Ravens, and a very weird game. I think it was, I don't know if it was snowing or not, but it was very cold there in Buffalo, and Ravens just couldn't get anything. I believe Justin Tucker, I'll look at it in a second, but I think he missed two field goals. And it was just a rough game for Baltimore. Buffalo dominated basically the entire game. As you see right here, they had that pick. I think it was a 102-yard pick six. So yeah, very dominant game for Buffalo. But again, couldn't do much on offense. Not many offensive yards for either team. And Lamar Jackson got knocked out in the fourth quarter, I believe, to a concussion protocol. Seemed that was a very common occurrence for quarterbacks this week. And then, yeah, running game, nothing. I mean, they had 150 yards here, but you were going to get that from, you knew Baltimore was going to have a lot of rushing yards. So, excuse me. Um, Stephon Diggs, 106 yards. You knew what was coming out of him. Marquise Brown really showed out. I like Marquise Brown. He has potential to be number one receiver, but with Lamar at quarterback, you really don't have receivers. You have blockers. So, we'll see how Brown's career pans out there. But let's go down here to where they at. Um, yeah, right there. Justin Tucker missed two field goals. Very uncommon for him. He is one of the best kickers in the entire history of the NFL. So very surprising there for him. And yeah, dominant game by the Bills. They're going to move on to AFC Championship. So Next, we got the Cleveland Browns, the Brownies, one of my favorite teams still left in the playoffs. And the Chiefs did not look too hot. They struggled against Baltimore, or against not Baltimore, against Cleveland. Cleveland had really good defensive stands on them. Myles Garrett got hurt earlier in the game, so he was on a lot of like minutes restriction near the end of the game and only in pass rushing situations. But it was a very close game. A lot of iffy calls, cheap shots on some say Patrick Mahomes. There was a cheap shot on Rashard Higgins, right on the end line, or on the end zone line. But yes, Patrick Mahomes did get knocked out in the fourth quarter. I think it was the either third quarter or beginning of the fourth quarter. And Chad Henne had to come in, and he proved that anything is possible, and he won the game. He actually like he truly played good, and that's surprising coming from a guy that barely gets any reps. He's played for, geez, probably 12 years, and I he probably hasn't started in a good 5 or 6 since Miami. But yeah, he did have a wobbler there with that one interception. Baker played good from what I saw. Run game, they were kind of too reliant on it, I feel like at times, and they were trying to force the run a little bit too much when they should have been airing it out. But you can't control everything there. Travis Kelsey, amazing day, 8 catches, 109, and then Tyreek Hill, 8 catches, 110. Showed they're the two best tandem or wide receiver tight end tandem in the league. Um, yeah, I mean, Browns, you made it. That's all you can say. You made it to the divisional round of the playoffs. You got a playoff win for the first time in, what was it, 18 years? Something like that, since 0203, something like that. But good for you guys. Um, Truly deserved it. Like I said, that Rashard Higgins at the end line when he got cracked, it was head to head contact, and they didn't call it. That kind of screwed the Browns. I feel like that would have. I mean, honestly, that touchdown would have won them that game. So you're gonna hear about that a lot lately. Personally, I mean, Kansas City. It depends now because them moving on to play. They're gonna be playing Buffalo in the AFC Championship. So if Pat Mahomes' concussion is as bad as is as bad as they were treating it, he won't be back for that game. And you're gonna have Chad Henne versus Josh Allen. Do I think Chad Henne could win an AFC Championship game? No. Is it possible with his supporting cast? Yes, he has the best tight end and a top 5 receiver in the league. So I don't know. They didn't really push Le'Veon Bell here. They gave Williams or Darrell Williams the start. So maybe if they get Bell a little bit more involved in that game, they would have a chance. I don't think Pat he shouldn't have a chance. It's a week. He shouldn't have a chance to play. So really they're going to be reliant on Chad Henne to push them to their second consecutive Super Bowl. So let's go to the last game of the weekend and probably the saddest we had. Let me go here to the Gamecast real fast. We had the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the New Orleans Saints in what possibly could be Drew Brees' last game in an NFL uniform. There was reports before the game that Drew Brees, I think Jay Glazer reported that Drew Brees would be retiring after this game. He's going to have a lot to mull on it, but he did not have a good game by far. He had 3 interceptions. Tampa Bay won 30-20. Very defensive game when it came down to it. I mean, obviously they scored a lot of points, but Tampa Bay's defense was locked down. Carlton Davis allowed Michael Thomas for no catches, which is insane. But one promise for the Saints here is Jameis Winston. It was a trick play. It was like a reverse pitch back to the quarterback, and he just lofted. It was the same exact play Chicago called when Javon Wims dropped it last week. And he had a touchdown. So some promise there if they sign back Jameis if Drew Brees retires. But But yeah, Tampa Bay moving on. We predicted, I think, back in May when we did our season or way too early season prediction that we never followed up on. I don't know why, but we predicted a Tampa Bay Baltimore Super Bowl, which we're kind of on the way. I mean, it's probably going to be uh it, I want Green Bay to go. I could see Tampa Bay making it and it being Tampa Bay Chiefs depending on the Chiefs situation because nobody knows what's going to happen there. But um, pretty even rushing attack for Tampa Bay. I mean, Ronald Jones, best running back on that team. I've said it. And yeah, Drew Brees last game, Saints kind of falling apart. They lost their I want to say like assistant GM to the Falcons, and then they lost another pretty important guy that I'm gonna be that there's gonna be a video coming out about that in a day or two there. But yeah, Saints lost out of the playoffs. Drew Brees probably done for his career, along with a lot of other guys that are probably retiring this year, along with Big Ben. You could see Frank Gore exiting the league, Larry Fitzgerald possibly. A lot of these guys probably gonna be done for the last time in their career. Um, but I think that's all I got for you guys. So you guys could like and subscribe. That was helps out a lot. We're trying to get back in the groove of making these videos. I'm gonna be probably doing my like Monday video like I have been doing for the past couple of weeks now, and then we're gonna try to do like I said, it's just getting back in the swing of things. Joe's starting to go back to school, so that's starting to get hard for him, and then just the rest of us just cracking out and getting to it, But new year, so hopefully we can get some things going. And yeah, if you got like I said, you guys could like and subscribe. That helps out a lot. And I'll see you guys personally. I'll see you guys next. No, actually, like I said, there'll be a video out regarding something else about some changes in the league. So thank you guys a lot, and I'll see you guys next time.